Good morning, Pop-Tarts. It is 8 in the morning on August the 4th and I'm just having an ordinary working day today. I'm just finishing off morning pages, which I thought about doing because the conversation rolled around to it in my private group the other day, and I woke up this morning after having had a really rather traumatic dream and waking up originally at about 5:30 in floods of tears from this really intense, really dark dream. And I went back to sleep, but when I woke up again, my plan was to get up immediately and go for a walk. That was my plan this morning. But I just thought, you know, I need to write this dream down, and probably a whole mess of other crap is going to come out as a result of writing this dream down. So just finishing off my morning pages, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, and then I'm going to go out for my walk. I'm going to attempt a video scrapbook where I just kind of take you through what I'm doing with the day, really, and just give you a little snapshot of something that looks relatively ordinary, because July was not very fucking ordinary, guys. Let me just tell you that. Let me put this kettle on. July was absolutely amazing, in fairness. If you receive my newsletter videos, then you will have received a video fairly recently of about half an hour in length, basically just explaining how intense July was. So I won't go through it all, but there was lots of stuff, lots of love, lots of people, lots of events, lots of things going on. August is going to be a lot more about getting back in the saddle, doing my prep work for Self-Love September, servicing clients, being at home, being quiet, meditating, calming myself down, unpacking all my bags and getting things back to normal, because I did not spend a great deal of time in my flat during the month of July. So yeah, the rest of the year I'm going to be simmering down, because I've had a very sociable year this year, which has been lovely, but I need to get back to centre, get back to the homestead, get back to the business, and get back to me. By the way, guys, I'm wearing a vintage kimono. It's cotton, it's not silk, but it was made in Japan, and I found it at a vintage store at Noisily Festival, a stall that was set up at Noisily Festival, and it is so fucking cute. I love it so much. Look how adorable this is. Oh. How cute, right? But there's no sort of tie for it, and there's no little holes for it to go through. So I'm going to take it to the woman round the corner and see if there's something she can do to make it a little bit more dressing gowny for me. Certainly you could go out in it. It would make a really nice, like, summer kind of just very thin overcoat if you were going to wear a long dress or something like that. But I would like to have it for around the house and just, yeah, just lounge in it, basically. Be a little bit of a kimono lounge lizard. So I'm going to take it round the corner and see what she can do for me, if anything. Okay, so got my cup of Earl Grey. I'm going to finish off what I'm writing. And then it's quite a big day for emails for me, so I think I'm going to hit the coffee shop and actually get the inbox sorted out, because the last couple of weeks of July were kind of silly, and I've noticed quite a lot of things going into my clutter folder. I also had a little bit of a server issue during July, which was a complete nightmare, and ended up having my IT guy come over and interacting with Microsoft for what seemed like a fucking age, because people weren't getting their emails and I wasn't receiving my emails. And that was just a load of stress and pressure. So a lot of things have come through now that I didn't receive when I originally should have done. So it's just a big clusterfuck in my inbox. I think I'm going to need some coffee to deal with that situation. I have got, I think it's 3 clients today, and I think the first one, I've got 2 or 3 clients today. I have 3 Skype clients today in the afternoon and evening, and they're all having spiritual counselling sessions. So let's see how many emails I can get done and what else I can get done. I do definitely need to go shopping. I've got no fruit left. I've got 2 easy peelers left, which means I'm going to have to eat some trail mix for breakfast as well. My faithful trail mix for fruit-free times. But yeah, I need some fruit, I need some vegan yogurt, I need some veggies, I need some salad stuff, so I'm going to have to go shopping as well. Definitely going to go on a little walk before I hit the coffee shop too, so I'll take you guys along for some of that. So yeah, it'll just be a pretty muggle-like day, really. This is very muggle-like material, but hopefully you enjoy regardless. Ugh. my body clock is misbehaving a lot because of the amount of different things that I did in July, and you know, the late nights and traveling from location to location. I just had a lot of things, a lot of social events and seeing people and just going to different areas of the country and stuff like that. And even though it was all very much planned and I knew what the plan was going to be, I also was aware that it would take an inevitable toll on my sleeping pattern and stuff, and it's been really difficult to get back into a routine. So August is very much going to be about getting back into that routine, getting myself to go to bed on time, and imposing a digital ban in the bedroom. I don't know if anyone else out there has got to do this for themselves, but eventually if I'm struggling with my sleeping, I have to say no phone and no laptop in the bed. And I try to keep that rule going all the time, but you know, it can be difficult. Life gets in the way. Sometimes you want to go to bed with a cup of tea and work on your laptop. One thing leads to another, and you end up kind of there with your eyes like pies looking at something on YouTube at 2 a.m. So, you know, I do have to kind of reinstate that digital ban from time to time. So I'm doing that now. I did get to sleep a lot earlier last night, which is great. And I'm just going to kind of try and keep working on it, basically. There's an outlight, some citrus and a cup of char in the morning. Nothing beats it. I woke up starving this morning. I always wake up hungrier, much hungrier, when I've had really intense dreams, when they've either had an emotional toll on me or I've been running around all over the place and it's been very action-packed. I wake up really hungry. I'm just writing out my newsletter. I occasionally send exclusive video content to my newsletter subscribers, and I made a video last night, so I'm just kind of fleshing out in the newsletter what that's all about and kind of giving a bit of context for it before I get ready. Okay, I'm ready for the day. I'm going to go on my little wander. It is fucking glorious today. The skies are blue, everything's stunning, so I think I'm going to walk along the seafront and I will film some of that for you so you can see the wonderland that is the place that I live. And yeah, then I'm going to go to the coffee shop and hit the inbox. This is where I live. Lucky bitch, huh? The big blue. Hello Pop-Tarts, I'm on my way down to the coffee shop now along the seafront, having a lovely time, 22 degrees Celsius weather, which is lush, listening to Lana Del Rey and Arcade Fire, and what else have I been listening to? Lots of new releases from my favourite drum and bass artists. Yeah, because July was so completely and utterly batshit, I haven't been running very much at all because I just haven't gotten back into that groove. So I'm going to start by walking. This is what I always do because I've got a herniation in the bottom of my spine. If I've had a break from running or working out at all, like if I've had a break from weights or a break from running, I always ease into it very, very gently. So I would never just go running after not having gone running for a fortnight, for example. I'd always start by having some long walks first for the first couple of days or even the first week, and then very slowly ease back into running. I think one of the most important things about having chronic pain is just consistently checking in with yourself and being honest about what you can do. And that's not just in the sense of being honest about what you can't do and what's not realistic and what's not manageable, but it's also being honest about where you can give yourself a little bit of tough love and be a bit braver and lean into doing something that does seem like it might be a bit more challenging. Because I think a lot of the time I wasn't honest with myself about how much I could achieve, and that was actually where my big honesty problem was when it came to chronic pain, was I wasn't honest enough about what I could do. I was scared, you know, which is understandable, but you've really got to give yourself that tough love. I know some people don't like that expression, tough love, but I think sometimes something like that anyway, if you don't like that terminology, that phraseology, then something like that. I know that quite a lot of people who watch my channel do suffer with disability, invisible disability, chronic pain, persistent issues with the physical stuff, and I've been asked a lot of times to talk about it more. I'm definitely going to be doing a video this September, guys, for the Self-Love September series, which is basically all going to be about dealing with chronic pain, loving yourself through chronic pain and physical issues, that kind of thing. So watch out for that if that's something that also affects you and you'd like to hear more from me on it. And also, I'll also leave a link below to, I think it's 3 videos that I've done already on chronic pain and my own journey. It might be 2, it might be 3, but I'll leave them below as well for anybody that does struggle with chronic pain and wants to know more about my journey and how I've dealt with it over time. Oh my god, look at this fucking van, how awesome. Oh, that's so cool. How gorgeous is this paint job? Oh, I had a snowboarding accident when I was in my very early 20s, and that's how it happened for me. But it was a really long journey to finding out exactly what was wrong with me, and it was an even longer journey to realising that a lot of what I had to do to deal with it was stuff to do with mindset, stuff to do with my attitude, and that was a really hard thing to recognise. So it's been a long journey and it'll be an ongoing journey, but I feel like so much positive stuff has happened to me in my late 20s. At one point my back was so bad and my pain was so chronic and so persistent that I actually thought I'd never be able to dance again, and saying goodbye to dancing was hell. It was like grieving a friend for me. It was fucking awful, but I'm so glad that I had that experience, because now I really feel humbled and I really feel grateful, and every time I dance now it's like nothing else. It feels incredible because I just never thought I'd be able to do it again. Good times. Everybody's story is so different, and that's what we need to recognise, and that's what we need to honour. We need to fully understand that and stop being dogmatic with each other and stop insisting that we know the right way or we know what somebody needs to do. You know, every single person's issue is so nuanced and complex and individual to them, and I think it starts with respect. If we're going to support each other and heal each other and be there for each other and hold space for each other when we have issues with chronic pain or disability or any of those things, we need to appreciate the complexity, and we need to stop trying to put everybody through this fucking cookie cutter. It's horrible, and it actually breeds a lot of resentment and a lot of distrust. I'm not crying, by the way, I've just got something in my eye and it's watering like a bitch. So, you know, I think it is about that, and I think that's how a lot of the most positive work gets done, is first of all recognising that we all have our own situation, we all have our own cross to bear,
I do think, well, I did find with my own issues with my back over the years that I was really struggling, that there were so many people who were insisting that like they knew what I should do and they knew the right way and this was what I had to try and this was what I should stop doing, and it was just so dismissive of my own personal struggle. And a lot of the time people were also presuming that I wasn't doing anything to deal with my own pain, and they spoke to me as though I was being lazy and as though I needed to be, you know, get a reality check and all this kind of thing. So I try to be very, very careful with how I speak to those who are struggling with chronic pain, and I try to hold space in the most non-judgmental way that I can, because I know what it's like to be directly affected by the tone and the attitude that some people take with you when you're struggling with chronic pain. So anything that I say about my own journey, I want everybody to take it with a great big sack of salt. You know, it's my personal journey, and anything I put forward to help people with it, or anything I put forward from my expertise as a counsellor, is just that. It's just something for you to use, another tool for the toolkit. I'm not saying in any way that I know what the right thing is for you. I would never say that. Look at this incredible Victorian structure. This is actually a lift that took you in the old days from the seafront up to the top. Isn't this just fucking stunning? I mean, it's almost like brutalist, you know? It's just gorgeous. My best friend Danny loves this building. Another thing I'm going to be talking about during Self-Love September is addiction, guys. I know that a lot of people have asked me over time to speak on addiction and addictive tendencies and how to get out of that cycle and why we find ourselves in those kinds of cycles, and I couldn't be more happy to talk about that. Oh, it's very echoey. I forgot how echoey it is with these like kind of viaducts that are stuffed full of like chalk. Look at this. This is creepy at night as well. Me and my friends have walked down here at night quite a few times, and it's like, ooh, the pigeons are all nesting in these arches, and when they coo and like purr, I think often sometimes they purr, it kind of echoes, and it's just a beautiful sound, absolutely holy. I'm going to be talking about honouring the ageing process and not fearing the process of ageing, so I'm excited about that as well. I've got a lot of different things coming, guys. I've got 13 videos coming all in all, potentially a 14th one which is more about my own journey, but I don't know yet because it depends how things pan out. I've got an idea in my head, but it really depends how it pans out and how the timing goes. But anyway, 13 subjects are being talked about. And another thing I'm going to be talking about that I'm so excited about is the archetype of the black sheep and the whole idea of carrying the family shadow. Now, this is something that I work on a lot with my clients, and it's something that I've touched on the channel, but I really feel like I want to give it so much more because it's such an important topic. I feel like I'm giving a Brian Molko vibe today. Like, it's the hair. I'm not at all upset about giving out a Brian Molko vibe, by the way. That's pretty much my fucking life ambition.
Hey doll faces, I'm back from the coffee shop. I got a hell of a lot done. I didn't get it completely finished, but I got a lot done. I went and did my food shopping. I went up to the library and took some stuff to my friend Danny because he's doing stuff in the library today and he didn't have any lunch. Then I came back home, then I spoke to a client at 2, and then I cleaned my fridge because I defrosted my fridge last night. So I've cleaned my fridge, put all of my food shopping away. I've got another client in 25 minutes, so time for a cup of tea, and I'm going to have a little read through that client's notes, and then yeah, I've got another session. I'll have a little biscuit with my tea. Lighting a candle that was made and given to me by a fellow YouTube witch. I think that her current channel name is Diana Ravenwood, formerly Valena Love, so I'm excited to finally get to burn this at my little hell shelf over here with my special heart-shaped stone that I found on the beach when I first got to this part of the country. I'm just having a little half an hour after my client to relax, and then I'm going to do some washing up. I'm going to film a couple of video readings, and that should take me through to 8 o'clock in the evening when I have my final Skype client of the day. And then I'm planning a nice relaxing bath and a read. I think that today has been the most successful day of this week with getting my rhythms back on track, because I'm actually starting to feel like I could definitely fall asleep before 11:30 tonight, which is big. It's big, it's what I wanted, it's what I was trying to achieve, and I think I'm actually getting there, so that is a good thing. Right, I think I'll have myself another cup of tea. Hello treacle tarts, it is now 10 o'clock in the evening, so between the last shot where I was doing my little bit of contemplation and relaxation in my little hell corner, I have done 2 tarot readings, I've done my washing up, I've seen a client for an hour between 8 and 9, and then I took an hour to reply to all of my messages, send some voice messages to friends, listen to some voice messages they sent to me. Sometimes my friends and I exchange voice messages via WhatsApp instead of actually tapping, and just basically catching up with people. I sometimes find if I'm really on a roll and I've got that momentum, or if I've just got a shitload of things to do, that the best thing to do is just to get everything done, get everything out of the way, and then dedicate 45 minutes to an hour to just really check in with everybody, especially if it's been a couple of days and I've been really naughty with checking in with people. I just like to really take the time and do it. So now I'm uploading my 2 video readings for my clients and writing the details on them, which is really cool. And then I think I've just got a few more emails that I really want to get done, and then by 20 past I'm going to start running my bath. I have bought some Lush bubble bars and a Lush bath bomb because I've been meaning to just sit and chill in the bath with my book and have myself a little glass of something, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's been a really good day. I don't know whether or not this video is going to be interesting whatsoever, to be honest with you. I've considered not cobbling this together and putting it up because it's very, very muggle-like. But, you know, hopefully it just gives you a taste of what I do during the average working day, what kinds of things I've got to get done. I am planning for my Self-Love September videos now. I'm writing the notes for them. I'm really, really excited to get started on making them and start scheduling them, but I haven't actually made anything today. But I'm happy with that. I wanted to organise and get my flat sorted and go and do some shopping and stuff. So yeah, basically I've done that, and I've done quite a few emails. There's still quite a bit to do, but I'm happy with what I did. One thing for me about my circadian rhythm fucking up and not being able to sleep at night, or really feeling a very, very strong, almost physiological urge to stay up all fucking night and not go to sleep, not go to bed until like 6 in the morning, is that in order to take control of that and take responsibility for it, one thing that I need to do is tire myself out. So if I look at my circadian rhythm going a little bit sideways, but then I look at what I'm doing during the daytime, normally what I observe is that during the daytimes I'm actually not utilising my time in the best way that I could. I'm not practising good time management. I might be dropping into what I like to call a bit of a scroll hole, which basically means that I'm just scrolling the internet mindlessly. I might go on there to look at a specific thing, but then end up looking at loads of other crap that's just taking up my time, or just kind of like, you know, mindlessly reading through things and not really thinking about where my time's going and how much time I've spent. You know, I can succumb to that just as anybody with a phone can, for definite. And just really kind of maybe lying in longer than I should do, just not making the best choices with my time. Now that's not going to help me to get back into a decent sleeping pattern. It's just not, because I'm not going to feel tired enough at the end of the day to actually feel like I can't wait for my head to hit the pillow. I'm not saying that I exhaust myself completely. I'm always very aware of physical self-care. I'm not going to push myself overboard, and I certainly don't want to do that in the physical sense because of my spine. I need to, you know, constantly be kind of aware of that and checking in with that. But I do know that if I don't tire myself out sufficiently, if I don't do enough with my day, if I don't move around enough, and if I don't use enough brain power, I'm going to be fueling the negative sleeping pattern. I'm going to be not getting tired until 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm going to have a lot more energy left over to do naughty things like fuck around with my laptop or phone in bed, or just basically, you know, watch things and not actually allow my body to get sleepy and not actually kind of lean into sleep. So today I feel it's been a really good day for me to just be moving around, focusing on things, being, you know, fairly consistent with using my time productively and with very, very little to no wastage of time. And I know that aside from the fact that you feel accomplished when you do that during a day, you also feel tired at the end of the day, and that's really what I needed. So that's one reason why I wanted to just make sure that I focused on using my time as productively as I could today. It's just basically getting back into the groove after a month of a lot of hectic, chaotic, blah, blah, you know. I don't know what that was, but, you know, it's late here and, you know, I've been doing a lot, so English is failing me. But yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed watching this little muggle day, and I'll probably have a little bit of something a bit more magical before I nod off to sleep, but it'll probably be just a little bit of chanting. So the altar hasn't played a huge part in my day today. Even my morning pages I actually did in the living room rather than doing them at the altar, which is what I would normally do. But at the moment I've got my 2 bags of clothes that I'm slowly going through and, you know, doing my laundry from them. I've got them actually in front of my altar at the moment. I actually popped them there today to kind of sort through things and do laundry. So at the moment I don't have a really comfy place to sit in front of my altar on my floor cushions, so I will get back to doing altar work tomorrow morning because I've cleared that now. So the front of my altar is clear now, and if I want to do more morning pages tomorrow I'll do so in front of my altar, because I actually really do prefer to write in front of my altar. I really like that. If I'm feeling a bit more decadent and it's like a day off and I don't have work to do, then I might do a bit of a Truman Capote and just write in bed. I do like writing in bed. But if it's a work day and I'm writing as part of my morning routine and I know that I'm then going to have to quickly snap out of it and get into work mode, I do not write in bed. I try to just get up out of bed as quickly as I can so that I don't see it as a base in any sense. I just get up out of bed and start doing what I'm going to do. Sometimes if I'm struggling with my sleeping pattern and I don't get out of bed immediately, if I start checking messages in bed or just lying awake thinking, then there is a fairly strong risk of me falling back to sleep. So I learned that quite a long time ago, and now I just get up and just jump out of the bed, you know, like army style. Like the bed is not for lounging around in on a work day. So, but I'll definitely let myself do a bit of a Truman Capote and read or write in bed when it's not a work day, when I've actually taken the day off. One thing that I've noted that I didn't really do today with this like muggle life video was show you guys what I was eating and stuff. So next time I do something like this, if I do something like this again, a kind of like muggle day video scrapbook, I'll definitely show you what I've thrown together. Typically I like soups, salads, stir fries and Buddha bowls. Sometimes I have wraps and stuff like that, but often it's going to be a salad or it's going to be a stir fry. Sometimes I like to have myself a little vegan roast of some description or roasted veggies with gravy. So it'd be nice to put together a little bit of a kind of vegan kitchen experience a la Maddox, Maison de Maddox kitchen experience, vegan style. So I'll think about doing that at another point. And you know, I didn't show you guys everything by any stretch of the imagination, but you get the idea, and I feel very accomplished. And so now I'm just going to do this last couple of emails. I'm going to run myself a lovely bath. It's been nice to take you with me today, and I hope you've had fun watching this. Much love, blessed be. This is the book I'm reading in the bath, guys. Absolutely amazing. War Crimes, Underworld Written in the Second World War by M.J. Trout. It's really, really good. Fully recommend it. Really good read, really light read. Really interesting for anyone who's interested in the home front and what was going on in the homelands of the Allies during World War II.